guys, Rick Shaw here on the 1st of July 2022. Got my tire on. That was a chore. I'm going to tell you something, guys. I bought these. These are really nice to have. These little and I always put a little bit of duct tape on them so they don't mess it up. But when they sell these, and I don't know why they do this, but when they sell them, they always sell you 2. So I bought 2 because you need 3. You absolutely need 3 when you're doing this. So it's I don't know why they don't sell them in groups of 3. 2 will get you done, but it's a pain. 3 makes it real easy. Just put your knee on it, and you can just work the one right around. And that bead was it was really something to get on. But I put a real nice thing over the spokes, a nice rubber thing I got, and sealed it up real good. Even though it's not a tubeless, I still put the sealer on the rim, help slide it on a little bit better. Another tool I got here that, guys, these are super nice to have. Let me see if I can find it. These little guys for adjusting your tappets. These are really nice to have. I got the little T one that I used. This is the little guy I used right here. It's got all the sizes on it. The only thing that matter with this one is that's too thick. I'm going to put that on a sander, and I'm going to sand this down to make it a little bit thinner. I don't know why they did it that way, but that's the way them guys did it. But we're getting ready for our trip. We had a hell of a rain last night. We had rain come in the window there quite a bit. This big window over here has been leaking. We've had them out I don't know how many times to fix that window, and they're never going to get it fixed. This big window over here, we get a hard rain, water just comes in. It just comes in like crazy. But it was the hardest rain we've had since we've been here, and you have to watch in the morning because that water gets in there, and then the tiles here in this country, you got to be really careful. When we do our next place, I'm going to tile the walls, but I don't think I'm going to tile the floor in the bathroom, and I don't think I'm going to tile the floor in the whole house. I really don't, unless I can find some tiles. I worked in a restaurant, and this young fellow was building his restaurant, and he put these tiles down. As soon as the restaurant opened, it closed. The grand opening, it closed that night because everybody was falling down in the kitchen, and they had to pull everything out, rip the tile up, and put a new, like a brick tile down that wasn't so damn slippery, because kitchen floors get wet. And here you run into the same damn thing. I took a slip, hurt my shoulder. It's been rough to sleep the last couple nights. There's my baby, my beautiful baby girl. Look at this, guys. We got these babies are everywhere now. The termites are coming. But just not feeling good with this shoulder. And then, of course, this weather, the damp weather isn't helping it at all. And I'm sure you guys can feel that a lot. But you build a house, though, be careful of the tiles you pick. Because even in this house here, if the floor gets wet, like in the kitchen, we got rugs thrown all over. The floor gets wet, you can easily slip and fall down. And that is not good. But we had the Meterland people were out here. They're starting houses again. We got another one starting here, and then right next to us, in between this one and our house, there's another one. And I asked him, I said, "Did you disclose to them that there's no water here?" And the guy goes, "Yeah." Well, that was a lie, because he wouldn't even look me in the eye when he said it. I wish they would let us know, or let the people know that this is a problem. Give them a chance to back the hell out, or come in here and fix it. Come in here and put a tank. Instead of selling every lot, take a lot and put a tank up. You know, they threw a tank up by the school over there. I'm not kidding you guys. They had that up in a week or so. Nice tank. And start filling the tanks. You know, start filling them up. But they took the water lines that came in when they replaced them. I don't know why they didn't put a bigger pipe in so it could fill that tank better. Quicker anyway, because it's never going to keep up. Since they supposedly have it all fixed and it was completely done, They just said it's good, and we've been a lot of times. We've always had water since they fixed it, but not upstairs. We're still using buckets up there. Wes was over for a visit, and he don't like it either. You can't even move in the damn bathroom because all the buckets and crap we got to keep there just to have water. Our water lady, she resigned. She just got tired of having to deal with the people so mad. She said for the amount of money that this owner's paying her, which was pittance, she just said heck with it. Now they got, I believe my wife said it's the owner's sister or something's in there, and she's taking care of it. But I don't get it. I don't get why they can't just get her fixed. Spend the money, get her fixed, be done with it. They're making money on a water bill. I don't know why they can't get that figured, but we're hoping our gutter in the back don't rot out like the neighbor's house with all the water that comes through. Man, it was, guys, you wouldn't believe the rain. It was that Forrest Gump rain. You couldn't. I don't think you'd been able to breathe in it unless you had a hat with a brim or something. It was that hard of a rain, and loud, super loud in this house. Even downstairs, didn't matter where you went. It was just loud. They don't offer the insulation package for the roof. It would have been nice to have a corrugated roof. Think of all these things when you're going to build a house here. We get rain, and it's Forrest Gump rain, guys. Okay, sweetie. You get the serious rain, and you have to be ready. You just have to be ready for it. I got the metal, a little bit of metal left on there, rust, and I got to clean that off today when I drilled the holes. But don't go with any kind of a flat metal. Corrugated is good, and then insulate it. They sell this really nice insulating matting. It's like aluminized matting you can put in there. And then when you do your ceiling upstairs, don't go with that metallized board that we have. It's real thin. It's only like this thick. Okay, it's not even a 1/4 inch thick. And that board just reverberates the sound. It makes it like a speaker. So get drywall. They sell drywall here, and have the drywall put up. And make sure also, if you're going to put ceiling fans in, you put the anchors. They have these things called knockers when they're pouring the concrete. There's tape over the end of it, and you just tack it to the wood, and then they pour the concrete around it. It's got a big flange on it, and then you can run your 1/4 20 rod into that. Because ceiling fans, I've seen too many. If you get a good sized ceiling fan, they get pulled out of here. And these guys will just lay a box up on the ceiling, or not even a box. They just run a wire out. And if you try to tie anything to this material that they use, it's going to pull out. Now, I got the little wings that you poke through the hole and then they open up. They call them a butterfly here. You can find them on Lazada. I got my lights on them. Some of the lights I put up, I actually went back. Another thing, because the way that ceiling is, it's like a metal board. It's got a frequency to it just from noise in the house, I think. It makes the screws on the lights come loose. Our light in the living room, one of the things came loose. So if you got a fancy doodad light where they put the little threaded thing through and you tighten that up, put some Loctite on it. I would definitely put just a little dab. You don't need much. A lot of people use way too much Loctite. You just need one little tiny dab. And get some blue Loctite. They sell that on Lazada too, because the only light I have to finish working on is the one in the living room. It's one of the little wings came out of it, and the other ones are loose. They're like flapping when the fan blows on them. So I got to pull that one down, and I didn't put wings on that. I just used a little piece of wood that I ran a screw into. So I'm gonna redo that. Put my little butterflies in there and mount it up proper. And then also I'm going to go up on the top when I pull it down and put a little Loctite on all the screws so it stays nice. But before we leave, I got to take the lights down and dust them all. Get them cleaned up. You get a lot of dust. These LED lights, they seem to draw more static than the regular lights. They get a real, it sticks. When the dust gets on these lights, it's stuck. You got to basically get a wet rag and clean this stuff off with a little bit of cleaner. One of the things I was telling my wife for the windows, We need ammonia. That's a hard thing to find here. You go into the stores. We were in the store yesterday at the Robinsons, the little Robinsons we've been going to. Couldn't find ammonia in there at all. Imagine they'll sell it on Lazada. I'll have to look. But for cleaning your windows, you know, make yourself an ammonia. They used to sell a thing called Solax. It's anodized ammonia. That's really great for cleaning windows. We picked up a squeegee the other day. The windows here get incredibly filthy in no time. Probably because they're building here. I think that's the whole reason. It's very, very dusty. This rain will keep it down a little bit. Went on our walks here. Still picking up nails and stuff like that. I'm glad we haven't gotten the flat yet. But we're watching. We're being real careful and watching for nails. I try to back out of here and go the upper way, but they're building up on the corner over there. There's the new people coming in. This place, once we get, I wish they'd start building this one when they get the house in here. It's going to be tight up against here, and that'll help keep the rain out. We'll be able to get rid of the tarps, because that wall is going to go almost all the way to the back, and that's going to be real nice for us. I also want to put something up here, make this like a garage. I still want to get this place fixed up right. If down the road the prices go way up, which they usually do here, the prices will go up. But I want to make sure it's working good. If I got to put a tank, we're getting some bars on the windows here for when we go, and I'm going to put a tank in there. I'm going to get a tank. I'm going to set up a nice generator system. I'll probably have to put it in its own little rain house, so we can just leave it there. And I'd like to get it all fixed up so that it's a functional house. People say, "Oh, I complain about this." No, not really. I'm just letting you guys know what you can get here. And if you want to hear some complaints, you ought to hear some of my Filipino neighbors. They're had it. They've had it with this place. The one fellow down here on the end, he's moving. He's getting out. He had bought another piece of ground up on the other end. Nope. He's going to go ahead and be done with that also. He's not going to build there, because this has been, well, for the other fellow over here, it's been a couple years of this. And just a warning, check into all this before you buy. Now, we got the place in Mindoro. It'll definitely be like a downgrade until we get something built. I have a design of a house I want to build there, and we'll be there, though. It won't be any kind of a big hurry. We'll be there to build it, so it's going to be done right. It's going to be done right for me. And I don't know if we're going to use block, or probably when I do that house, it's going to be poured walls. I worked at a place where they had built a water tank years and years ago, and they were going to tear it down. And what happened was a construction crew came in to tear it down, and they quit after a few days. They couldn't get and it was poured. They had ran about 2 feet, and they just kept pouring concrete all the way up until the roof. Super strong. They actually had like a square rebar in there, real hard, super hard metal. You take a hacksaw, and like a hacksaw was just glancing off of it. Even Sawzall, it was just eating the teeth up. So this thing was really made super solid, and I think building a house here like that would be super strong. It would be real strong. I've even seen where they build it where it's thicker at the base, and then it tapers as it goes up. But we'll see how it goes. The house I have is basically the one I designed. It's square. Helps with the wind, and I'll do something better for the roof. I don't know how, when we get these bad storms and stuff, the way these roofs are on here, I think down the road the welds that they welded the metal on with are just going to rust. You look at the house that's going up now, like over there, when they were doing the roof, they didn't put any paint that I saw. Now maybe they came back later, I'm not sure, because the roof started going on. But when they weld this this thin, basically it's 2x4 studs that they're putting the roof on. They have heavier ones they put down main, and then they go across it with these little ones, and they're just tacked on. And I don't think that's going to hold after a while. I think that's going to wind up rotting out, and you get a big storm and you're going to lose your roof. So not good, not good at all. So when you're building your house, you really have to take care to make sure you build yourself a good house. And there are Filipino builders that do a nice job. They're building a house up front. I don't walk down there because all the dogs now. There's a whole bunch of stray dogs in here. There's another one. I don't know whose that is, but there's just a boatload in here now. There's 5 or 6 that are just running around. The one of them tack shaky, so we don't even go up there. I don't know whose they are. I wish they'd get rid of them. I'm going to talk to the security guards and maybe the Baron guys, see if they can come clean them out of here. They don't belong to anybody. I asked the neighbors. They said, no, not ours. Don't know whose it is. They just sort of wound up in here. And they look to be healthy. They don't look like they're mistreated or full of mange or anything like that. So apparently they had belonged to somebody. But these construction guys, they throw enough food garbage out that these animals got stuff to eat. I have to watch our dogs. When we walk, I don't like them getting chicken bones, cooked chicken bones anyway. And this little one, they'll throw a plastic wrapper down. She ate plastic. She's a little pistol, this one. She's really something. But she's listening good. Come on, baby. See that? Come on. That's a pretty girl. That's our pretty baby, huh? She's a really good pup. So that's about all I got for you today. Other than some of this political crap that's going on. Ukraine, they're going to be sending a bunch of stuff over, and then they're stopping some rail thing through with Russia now, and they want to start World War III just to get your eyes off of the crap they've been pulling over there. And the other thing, they keep giving this Star Trek phaser to people, and the information's out, but the people who watch the mainstream media aren't seeing it. These documents are out. They won't report on it. They keep reporting on this bull crap that January 6th crap. Who gives? That's such. If you watch that, like I did, they were opening the doors for these people. I didn't think that was going to be anything big, but now they got some broad in there, and she said, "Oh, Trump was doing this and that." This is all. And this Schiff guy, I don't know. So these people are just so screwy to me, and they keep pushing it, and they're going to sucker a lot of people into buying it. This is a big nothing burger, if you ask me, but they keep pushing it. And some people that you talk to will say, well, they're pushing it, so there must be some truth to it. From what I can see, guys, it's 100% a big lie. The whole deal on this J6 it's baloney. It was something they set up. They wanted that. Just think if Hillary would have got in, how bad it would have been. Could have been really terrible. So they planned this stuff, and although they didn't get their way 100%, they still pushed this thing through, and it's baloney. It's all baloney. So, like I say, I'm gonna let you go, and this is Rick Shaw out. Guys, I forgot to mention something. Want to let you know, 7 a.m. Sunday would be the 3rd Manila time. I'll have a live going. And the other thing too, I forgot to mention, when you do your house here in the Philippines, make sure you got provisions for screens. I don't know if you can see this. You can probably see this here. See all these bricks here? They're everywhere. Seems like when it rains hard, the next day they come out in droves. These are the termites. They crawl in everywhere. If you're doing any kind of wood in your house too, if you can get some orange oil, even if you could ship it over in Billy Buying boxes and paint all your wood with that, it's a natural way to keep it. I haven't seen it here, but I would definitely want to do that. So just some more tips I had. I hope they do you guys some good. And if you come here, the big thing was the tile though. If you're coming here and you're a retired guy, you definitely don't need a slip and fall. Okay, Rick Shaw out.